Physically challenged voters are guaranteed the same access to the polls as everyone else.
In Marion County, the clerk's office has hired additional staff to make sure everyone gets a chance to vote. ITMate's Richard Essex has the story.
From the time the polls open until the time the polls close, there is at least a sheriff's deputy and an election worker walking the lines looking for people that need help getting inside.
Susanna Hughes uses a walker to get around in public. This morning, much to her surprise, when she pulled up to the City County building to vote, there were people waiting for her at the curb to make sure she got inside without issues.
They told me I didn't have to wait in line, and they just brought me straight in and took me straight into the poll.
The wait to get inside the City County building to vote this morning was about 45 minutes. The line was a little slower due to COVID-19 health restrictions.
We're doing our best to go through the lines during early voting and pull people who have difficulty standing and walking.
Voters with physical limitations were escorted to the front of the line by a sheriff's deputy or election worker. Marion County has expanded these accommodations to include families with small children.
They actually let us skip the line.
Every single voting machine in use for early voting in the Marion County Clerk's office is completely handicap accessible. These machines are typically spread throughout the county. Every polling location is required by federal law to have at least one fully accessible voting machine.
For someone who is able to see but has visual impairments, they can make the text on the screen larger. They can also darken the contrast of the screen if the screen is too bright for them.
Voters with physical limitations are allowed to bring a family member or a friend to assist them with the process. Every clerk's office in Indiana is also required to provide voters with assistance if needed.
So all of our Express Vote touchscreen voting machines are ADA accessible. A voter who is blind can actually use headphones and insert their headphones into the headphone jack in the voting machine. The voting machine will read these selections on the screen to the voter.
Before any polling location is allowed to open, the facility operators have to complete an ADA checklist.
The Help America Vote Act requires that every polling location have at least one fully accessible voting machine. If you feel that you've been denied access because of a lack of equipment, you need to call the Indiana Secretary of State's office, the Indiana Election Commission, and your county clerk's office. In downtown Indianapolis, Richard Essex, WishTV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.